Hi and welcome to the video. In today's video we're going to be looking at the Windows 10 Media Creation tool. Times to use this will be if you're reinstalling Windows 10 to a existing machine, or if you are looking to install Windows 10 from scratch on perhaps a new PC that you've just built altogether. So we're going to need a couple of bits. First of all, we're going to need a computer with an existing internet connection so we can download the Media Creation tool. And secondly, we're going to need a blank USB drive so that we can put the tool onto, so that we can boot from that moving forward. So we're just going to go ahead and plug the USB drive into our current existing computer. We're going to open up this PC, and we're going to see that there's a USB device just here. This is a 32 gig. It currently has some data on, so make sure that you back up any important data. Otherwise, we can go ahead and select that, right click it. We're going to format that to start with, just so there's no data on there. In this case, we're just going to leave it as 32 gig, FAT32, all the basics, just a quick format on that, and that will run through. That will give us a quick warning that we're going to erase all the data, and that's absolutely fine. There's nothing of importance on this USB drive. That'll take a moment to run through. Once that's all cleared off, the next thing we're going to need to do is download the Windows Media Creation Toolkit. So we're just going to click OK to the format, close that off, and we can see that's blank. So now we're going to move on to downloading the actual Media Creation tool, and we're just going to open up an internet page on our existing machine. And from here, we're just going to go to Google, do a quick search for Windows 10 Media Creation tool. There we go, top one there. We're going to get a few results, but in this case, we're going to use the official Microsoft.com download Windows 10, which is the top result. We're going to click on that one there. We'll be taken to the official page, and if we scroll down very slightly, we'll see that there is a Create Windows 10 Installation Media, and then there's the download tool now. So we're just going to go ahead and click on that. That will ask us if we wish to save the file, which we do. And then from there, once that has downloaded on your machine, we're just going to go ahead and run the Media Creation tool. You may be prompted with a little prompt there that comes up, a UAC prompt, and that'll ask you if you wish to continue. You can click yes to that, and you'll have the Windows 10 setup appear, and it will say that it's getting a few things ready. Just going to minimize that out the way, minimize that one too. So this is going to get a few things ready in the background. Effectively, it's going to ask us a couple of bits. First of all is the license, which we are of course going to accept so we can proceed. And now it's going to ask us what we wish to do. So there's a couple of options here. The first option is upgrade this PC now, or the second option, which is what we're going to go for, which is the Create Installation Media. And there's a couple of options. There's USB flash drive, DVD or ISO for another PC. So we're going to select this bottom option here, Create Installation Media. Of course, we're going to be using the USB flash drive to do so. So if we click on the next button just there, it's now going to ask us to select our preferences. First of all is the language, so we're going to use the English United Kingdom default here. It's going to ask us the edition. In this case, the only option is Windows 10, which is fine. And then it's going to ask us for the architecture to use. You can use either 32-bit, 64-bit, or both, depending on the environment that you're in. We're going to keep it very simple and use the 64-bit or x64. And then we're going to go ahead and click Next. Finally, it's going to ask us again to choose the media. So in this case, we're going to use a USB flash drive, and it will give you a reminder that it needs to be at least 8 GB in size. Alternatively, you can save this to an ISO file, and that'd be particularly handy if you need to burn it to a disk later, but particularly other USB media where you can use multiple ISOs, which we'll go through in a different video. So for now, we're going to select USB flash drive, and we're going to click Next. It's now going to display the currently listed USB drives available. In this case, we have our USB drive just here, which is the memory module we're going to use, and we're going to click Next on that one. It's going to get a few things ready, and then it's going to start running through the automatic wizard. So initially it's going to download Windows 10 and it will download the latest version available from Microsoft at this point based on the tool that we've downloaded, and then it's going to proceed to put that onto the USB device as a bootable system. This is going to take a few moments. We're going to pause the video and wait for the next part to come up momentarily. And we're just getting to the end of the download process. Depending on your internet speed and the machine you're using, it can take a few minutes or so for this part to get to here. Once it has downloaded, then it will start to create the installation media onto the USB drive that we've selected, and that will run through another percentage wizard, and once that's completed, then we'll be ready to finish off the last few bits. Just going to let this run through for a few more minutes, and we'll pause the video and come back after it's created the actual media. And we're just coming to the end now of the creation process. So last couple of percentage, and then we'll be ready to move into the next couple of stages. And that completes the media creation tool. We can see that it's linking to drive E, which is where our USB drive is. If we click on that, we can see there that the setup and the boot manager and the sources are all on site on the USB memory stick. And if we just minimize that out, we can click on finish, and it's going to clear up the files and close the wizard automatically. Once again, as I say, if we just go back to USB drive just here, they're all on there, and now we are ready to move on to installing Windows 10 onto another device. That completes the video. The next video we'll be looking at the actual installation of Windows 10 onto a device.